Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. It's Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So, all of these comedians, you guys, they are coming out the woodwork to drag Will and Jada, you guys, since Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. And the latest comedian to give his take is none other than comedian Earthquake. He might be young for some of you guys. However, for those of you who do know who he is, here's the following and what he said. Basically, the headline is, this is what happens when a man loves a woman who doesn't love him. And this is coming from Yahoo News, you guys. So it says, like most comedians, Earthquake is weighing in on the scandal at the Oscars last month involving Academy winner Will Smith and Chris Rock. Things got physical between Will Smith and the Good Hair star after the latter made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head amid the actress's battle with alopecia. This autoimmune disease traditionally results in hair loss. During an interview on The Breakfast Club with co-host DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlemagne the God, the veteran comedian whose real name is Nathaniel Martin Stroman, had some stark criticism for the Matrix star, slamming her actions after Smith walked on stage while Rock was presenting on stage the next category for Best Documentary and slapped Rock in the face, shocking the viewers worldwide. Personally, I feel sorry for Will because, you know, he's been beaten and abused by Jada, just saying. That's what happens when a man loves a woman who doesn't love him, and he is doing everything to try to make sure of that, to try to win her love. The 58-year-old star began. I've been there before, Earthquake admitted. He continued, you have to make a decision. Either accept it for the love that she's going to give and just accept that, or just leave it alone. But you will never, ever, ever win her over because you can't make her heart feel what it don't, and she don't. And her actions that night showed it, and I feel for him. When asked to elaborate, the funny man stated that even if the Gemini star felt that Rock disrespected his wife, the actress still had a duty. She knows her man, and she saw that he was about to go up there. A woman that loves you would stop you. And when we do radio, we know the rules of the FCC, and it was the Oscars. Will doesn't even cuss, and he's out here using profanity on a live broadcast. He knows Hollywood. He knows the rules. Earthquake said PINKETT had a few opportunities to defuse the situation, but chose against it. He also noted that she is yet to defend her man, although she released an Instagram statement about healing. She didn't try to stop him on 2 occasions. And then lastly, man, she is yet to release a statement saying, hey, man, my man is a good man. He lost his cool. It's not indicative of who he is. He got over 3 decades of good work towards the people. He never had that. He lost his cool. It ain't nothing, no. She should protect her man. What he did was protecting her. A woman should come out and vouch for you, and that's not you. That's not him. It's just a natural, my humble opinion, a natural reaction for a woman who sees significance in what he did and what it's going to cost him if he was doing it for you. Earthquake said at some point the actress needs to stop being politically correct and circle the wagons and say, this is my man, this is what I care about. He's not like this. He's lost it that day, and he's human. And please do not let this night define who he is as a person. So here's the thing. If Jada was going to come out and stand by her man, she would have immediately released a statement, like literally the night of the Oscars or the following day, right? The fact that she waited, 7 or 8 days after the backlash, and basically there's a source that is speaking for Jada, but basically using terminology that Jada would say that I'm a strong woman, I don't need protecting, and Will shouldn't have slapped, you know, Chris Rock and this and that. All that's doing is just adding to the backlash. All that's doing is just throwing Will under the bus, continuing to emasculate him, now making him look like a clown, feeling more embarrassed than what he already probably does for doing that, because if he was doing it to defend her and she basically doesn't care and was cracking up laughing after the fact, it just goes to show that at this point, what are you still in the marriage for? Anybody who is going out of their way, and I think this was planned. I think this was planned on the part of Jada in terms, and let me explain this. The Red Table Talk was always going to be a platform for Jada to throw subs, throw digs at Will Smith, to try to take apart, you know, the crafty good image, good PR that Will Smith always has had, even with the alleged bad press about how they parent their kids and, you know, CPS being called. Also with all of the open marriage rumors and the swinger rumors and all of this and that, Will Smith still has had a pretty good reputation, even through the August Alsina stuff. Will Smith still, because it ended up working against Jada even more, where more people felt sympathy for him. And so even he got good press about the book that just came out. And, you know, again, Jada just kept finding, you know, little jabs to throw in there, little jabs to try to be like, oh, Will's not as perfect as you guys think he is. And none of us ever thought he was perfect, right? And all of us knew what it was when you guys basically alluded to your personal life all these years. But I think Jada resented Will because her side piece had nothing to lose, whereas Will Smith, if he has hooked up with other people, it is likely other A-listers, it's likely other people who have as much to lose as Will Smith, who are in the same tax bracket as Will Smith. And that is where Jada Pinkett Smith miscalculated. And for her to, you know, seek out or whatever took place with her son's friend just tells you everything that you need to know of who you are dealing with, right? But, you know, to humiliate him and then get frustrated with the public that he's not receiving the backlash that you thought that he was going to get, not realizing that people were sick of you continuing to air out your business when we said we didn't want to hear it the first time. And you got mad, you got defensive, and so you kept poking the bear. You kept making those jabs. You kept making these comments until it ultimately exploded on the Oscar night, right? Until ultimately, Will, that was the trigger. He had had enough. He was sick of hearing about this. He was sick of Chris Rock talking about it. And you did nothing other than give him the signal to go. You gave him the look in your eye. You gave him that look like, hey, handle that. But then you wanted to hide your hand and pretend, oh, no, I didn't do that. I didn't ask Will to hit Chris Rock. Meanwhile, you were belly laughing after the fact. Like, it's just not cool. It's just not cool at all, right? This man is, you know, and I think ultimately Will Smith will get back to his A-list status. I think a lot of this is just kind of mixed with fake outrage, and I think obviously the Academy is trying to push to throw Will under the bus and try to absolve all responsibility on their part when they pretty much had just as much of a responsibility to handle it the right way, and they chose the wrong way because it's Will Smith, and they wanted him to get his Oscar. Because if they didn't, they would have removed him. And they chose not to. Regardless of whatever conflicting stories or whatever lie they want to tell every day about the scenario, ultimately, you left him there. You left him there to win his award. And you made it so that he made sure to apologize to you guys. So there's that. But I agree, and I've said this in another video, that obviously Will Smith loves Jada way more than she's into him. And she's just over him, right? But at the same token, there's benefits for her being Mrs. Will Smith, right? But Will, this is his second time now that Will has had an out to divorce Jada. The first time was the humiliation of August Alsina. And now the humiliation and the embarrassment and all of the drama that's affiliated with this Oscar slap. And now it is affecting your personal economy. It's affecting your bottom line. People are pausing their projects with you. You know, different directors and filmmakers and this and that. They're pausing their relationships with you. And now you're starting to see, okay, now my career that I've crafted for over 30 years to perfect is taking a major PR hit. And then your wife comes out in the middle of it and is like, yeah, he shouldn't have did that. Like, what do you do at that point, right? Because I'd be done. I would have been done, really. But You know, you should be done. As far as I'm concerned, you should be done. You know, obviously Jada has told you and showed you in all kinds of ways that unless you are Tupac and unless you are, you know, according to Willow's letter, if Tupac can come back and make her mom happy, this is going to be the torture and the humiliation that you're going to have to deal with for the rest of your life. So pretty much, you know, hopefully Will Smith is at a facility getting treatment or whatever else, or getting help to deal with whatever triggered him to slap Chris Rock, to get the help that he needs to go over and open up about whatever trauma is facing him and whatever issues that is going on in his marriage that finally, you know, is showing a spotlight to the world. Because now for the past week, everybody's been bringing up, you know, the entanglement interview. August Alsina now wants to get in and make some more bread off of this. And it's just bad. It's just bad because everything is how bad Jada's come for Will. And it's no longer about the slap or the reasons why the slap or even whether or not the joke was offensive. Now it's about Jada's reaction, Jada laughing, and Jada coming out to, again, push, you know, do some more, you know, poking and say, hey, yeah, you shouldn't have did that. I just want us to move on. Because it affects her too. It affects her red table that she can't do right now because she'll get dragged. But you can't try to play victim now or try to blame Will when you gave him the eye. You gave him the eye consent to do it. So just because you thought that everybody else was going to laugh and kiki and everything else, you weren't expecting this backlash. So you can't go back on, you know, all that laughing you did and everything else when you thought it was funny to now trying to have a different energy and claim that you wished he didn't do that. No. We have you on tape. We have you in 4K of what your true reactions were before, during, and after the slap. And I do agree with Earthquake that you know your man. You guys have been together. You guys have been married since what, 1997? You know this man. So, you know what's going to piss him off or what's not going to piss him off, or whenever he's had a moment or what have you, and you didn't think to be like, hey, we'll handle this later. Because you wanted him to embarrass himself. You were trying to find ways to humiliate him to the ultimate max, and this was your opportunity. Because nothing else was working, and everything else is still getting backlash on you. But the problem is now that we're seeing, other people are seeing your true colors, other people are seeing you in 4K on what your real reactions were to the slap, and now they're turning back on you once again. So here we are. So there is that. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about Earthquake's comments about, you know, Will loving Jada more than Jada loves him? And I think that's obvious, obviously. I mean, anybody that's still talking about a dead man that you really didn't involve yourself with, but you have romanticized as the love of your life and all of this and that, and got your daughter wishing for him when you have a whole father, like, make it make sense. It's bad. It's a very bad situation. So let me know your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of these comments? Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? What do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again very soon.